Hello folks, Space Tech here, and the long-awaited fully Kruger ship is finally upon us this month. I, for one, cannot be more excited. Ever since we got those fantastic snub ships with the Merlin and the Archimedes, I've wanted to see what a full-sized Kruger ship would look like. With Alpha 4.3.0, we will finally have it. Lucky for us, CIG did a full behind the ships episode discussing this ship, and not only that, we also got some in-game footage and information from the game files to start understanding how the ship is going to perform. If you enjoyed this, I'll be making a full buyer's guide after the ship is released and we can get our hands on it, so definitely stay tuned if you're interested in more content like this. Without further ado, let's get started. First off is the design of this ship, and I think this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. It's clear that they went off design A from when they were showing us all the possible concept designs for this ship months ago. I'm a really big fan of the sleek chrome paint job, as well as the choice to expose the detailing and piping of the engines on the sides and the huge thruster at the back. I think all of that really highlights the ship's retro future vibe. It gives you a good understanding of the intended maneuverability and speed. Another detail I find really interesting about the Wolf is the decision to have the cockpit almost all the way at the back of the body of the ship. Personally, I am a sucker for this kind of design. The vast majority of ships in this game have the pilot's seat at the very front of the ship, which undoubtedly helps with visibility from the pilot's seat, but once in a while, I think we deserve a ship that has that seat pushed back just for the style points. The previous Kruger snub ships have had this design, and I think it works great. As someone who wanted a Perseus or a Kraken just for that pushed back bridge, I can't wait to see how Kruger chooses to implement this design in slightly larger ships in the future. Of course, with new manufacturers comes new interiors, and I will say Kruger has done this beautifully. It may be controversial, but I really do like that watch in the center of the dash as well. Unfortunately, this design isn't a complete slam dunk in my opinion. That fin on the bottom of this ship just completely breaks the sleek beauty of its lines. It just feels like it doesn't belong there, but I would love to hear your opinion on it in the comments below. Personally, I would love if they compromised and let us retract the fin with our deploy key binding, but I'm not holding my breath for this. Next up on the docket are the weapons. For this light fighter, we have been given two size 4 Gatling guns. Sounds amazing, right? Well, unfortunately, they are ballistic Gatling guns. This wouldn't be a problem if we could replace them, of course, but they are completely bespoke to this ship and are part of its DNA. Yes, they do have the nicest animation out of any weapon in Star Citizen, but ballistic weapons just aren't that good in the game today. These weapons will fire at 950 rounds per minute with 67 damage per round. This gives it a DPS of around 2,000 if early calculations are to be believed. Each one of these guns seems to hold a total ammo pool of 4,200 rounds, which is definitely a good amount, but the need to reload at all, combined with the damage mitigation automatically applied to ballistic weapons, mean that the Wolf is unlikely to be one of the better light fighters this patch. Of course, I don't expect ballistics to be worse forever, but it is a shame that we're still at this point. That being said, don't let that stop you from enjoying this ship if you have fun with it. That's what matters the most. The Wolf also comes with 8 size 1 missiles, which is on the lower end for light fighters. Next up is durability. The Wolf comes with 2 size 1 shields, which is actually the most that light fighters get, and it's the same as a Gladius and one more than ships like the Arrow. We don't know how much hull HP the Wolf will have, but from the design language, what we know of other light fighters, and the fact that durability was not highlighted during the behind the ships video, I believe this ship's primary form of survival is going to come from not getting hit at all through its maneuverability. This shouldn't be a problem, of course, against most larger ships, but it's something to keep in mind regardless. As for other components, we're looking at 2 size 1 coolers and 1 size 1 power plant. When it comes to engineering, as with all light fighters, it looks like the components are spread all over the body of the ship, so we will always need to exit our ship to repair its components. So far, that is all we know about the performance of the Wolf. I think that this ship will unfortunately get swallowed up in the sea of light fighters that are currently in this game, but I think I'll enjoy it for its style alone. Speaking of its style, we have images of the paints that we can expect to see for the Wolf, and I'm really a fan of all of them. All in all, I'm excited to buy this ship in-game, and I think I'll enjoy flying it for the sake of it. This will not be a meta-defining ship, which is perfectly okay in my opinion. For real dollars though, it will all come down to its price, whether or not I can recommend it in my buyer's guide. If you're interested in seeing a full breakdown on how it compares to other light fighters when the ship releases this week, please do like and subscribe, as it's incredibly appreciated. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.